Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Nope. I don't have the old system up yet. We are still in transition. I am a brother in transition. So, family, I do have some sound effects. I want to say, hey, welcome to the Daily Spark. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, comment. I need the comments. Thank you, Sister Tiandra. I be feeling so lonely. I be feeling. Let me put it together. For those of you that's been waiting for this show, I apologize, family. Listen, man, I am still in transition. I'm trying to decide on what we're going to do. Now, I told y'all that in the present arrangement that we have, the water, the trees have taken over the neighborhood, and they have decided that they are going to go and grow into, you know, when we move in, you know, we have the power of the green, as they would say in D.C., the power of the green, and the life force in this house causes the roots to jump up and to celebrate and be glad and be happy that we are here. So, you know, they continue to grow, and they grow into the pipes and shit. I don't understand. But, hey, life be lifing. Let me turn this music. I don't want to turn it off. But because I'm not on my system, I can't control it the way I want, but I want it to have a sort of background sound. Hold on. I think that's low enough. That should be low enough. All right. Can we still animate you in the house? Or at least party you? I could pull up the rest of it. I'm not going to pull up. You know, I'm going to wait to get my device up and moving. I want to say great Kuumba to each and every one of you. Want to give all the Kuumba babies a round of applause. We are on Kuumba. Yes. Kuumba. Great Kuumba. And of course, you know, we are in the week of Umoja. So we want to give all the Umoja babies a round of applause. And remember the rules. Remember the rules. Those of you that are new to the culture, please just focus on Kuumba. Look at the world and see the creativity in it, as well as see the creativity in yourself. Do something to spark some type of creative creation. I know that sounds, some creative endeavor, right? Use your creativity, because this is one of the things that we are blessed with. We are creators. Yes. We are creators. Right, family? And I want you to embrace your power of creativity. Right? But for those of you who have been with Gianni Journey and have been on the Daily Spark and have been with me during the Daily Toast and have come through the time and maybe initiated and been here for a couple of years with us, maybe have joined us as similar and have understand the conversation, understand the days, and you have mastered the days. So you wake up and instead of saying it's Saturday, you automatically say, it's cool, let me see what's going on out here in this world. And you see the world from our perspective. I want you to move to the next level, and that level is not only mastering and seeing the Kuumba that's popping off, but get the overall lesson of Umoja, because we are in the week of Umoja. And then we have to see how Kuumba and Umoja interact. How does Kuumba help us in mastering and understanding Umoja, which is a very, very crucial piece, right? Because Umoja needs all the principles need each other. But Umoja needs creativity, because especially in the times we in, we have to be very creative in how we unite, right? Because many of us are looking for old models when the old models might not serve what we need. You understand what I'm saying? We might need a little bit more than what we used to do. We might need to come up with new ideas. Like, with Tawi, I'm in the Tawi village. I'm blessed. I have been accepted as an elder in the Tawi village. There are certain creative moves that I believe that we need to make, and I'm going to speak up on those, right? There's certain creative moves that we need to make as Simba. There's certain creative moves we need to make as Giame. Certain creative moves that my young people need to be able to make and be able to do. Creativity is one of the major tools that will move us towards freedom, right? Move us towards freedom. Because we got a lot of creative problems that's popping off. So let's check this out. So in South Carolina, you heard about the young man who was shot in 2023, and the guy that shot him, something happened at a store where the young man went into the store. He got 3 bottles of water, decided he didn't want the 3 bottles of water, put them back, and started to walk out the store. As he was walking out the store, he was stopped by one of the owners. I think it was the missus. She stopped him and she interrogated him. He complied with her interrogation without her having to put her hands on him. He emptied his pockets. He showed her his stuff, and then he left the store. When he left the store, she called and told her menfolk, that the little boy stole something. So they pursued and chased this boy down the street, off of the store property, all the way down the block or whatever. They're in South Carolina. Eventually, they catch up to him and somehow end up shooting this young man in the back. Now, I'm bringing this up because the guy that shot the man from the back, there was no danger, no imminent danger. You really got to really look at this. They were declared innocent. Now, being Brother Hatim and being around long enough to know what's next, right? Because basically, for me, it's almost as if they put a bounty on our heads. Because what they're telling people, or the message that went out from, because they say it was juries that had minorities in it, that you can be murdered and they could get away with it. If the Asians could get away with it. Come on now. You hear me? Y'all hear me? Come on now. Maybe I should ring the bell. Class in session. So we are in a time where our creativity really, really needs to spark up, right? Because it's bad enough that we already had to train our young people on how to deal with police officers. Now we're going to have to teach our young people how to deal with stores. And we need to be very creative and very strategic in how we react to this. This is an opportunity for us to do or come up with some solutions that we might not have. Maybe we might need to bring back what the African Center for Study and Worship used to do, right? Because there wasn't a lot of stores that we could go to, you know what I'm saying, or a shaka. Maybe we might need to bring back a food co-op. Maybe we might need to bring back the Friday night meal or the evening meal where groups of us get together. See, family, because I'm not one of those that believe in this nuclear family shit. I think many of us are losing our mind because we're by ourselves. And I know some of us feel that we're losing our minds because we are with people. But tell me, I'll be honest with you. When you are away from those people, you do miss some of those situations. And I know it can cause a lot of problems, I know. But living alone can cause a lot of problems too. And cost a lot. When we're together, we share expenses. So maybe one of the creative things we need to do as a community, I'm here in Columbus, maybe I might need to talk with some of the organizations I'm involved with, and maybe we might need to sponsor a community meal maybe once a month. And in that meal, inspire families to have family meals at least once a week. right? Where we shut off our phones, we sit down, we have conversation. Maybe we pick a movie or a video or something and we come together and we watch it and we discuss it. Now let me say this about the whole conversation piece, right? When we when we talk about creativity, right? One of the ways that you get new ideas is by cross-pollinating. What do I mean? This means that we come together in situations and we talk. It's not necessarily a business meeting, but it's a meal where we sit down, we eat, we laugh, we have fun. Like for those that's trying to get inside of our organizations, they need to come. For those that's being initiated, for certain elders, we can make it a requirement for them to get there. And as a community, we have to figure out how to get them there because they'll be willing to come. You know what I'm saying? Our young people that are young enough for us to tell they need to be there, we make sure that they are there. And the family throw down. Right? Because some of us are good at... See, and what's crazy is we have institutions within our community that have space and have kitchens big enough to manage us coming together and cooking together. What's wrong with us coming together once a month to have a community Thanksgiving dinner that's free to all in the community? Especially to those that are in it. But we're serving the community and we're providing a space where we come together and eat and drop off into maybe our little pockets or pour libations together and pray together. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing out, because we are on Kuumba, right? We on Kuumba. I'm just throwing out some stuff. So now, those in, I know Brother Hatem, I thank you, Anime, for pulling it back in. This is why Brother Hatem needs to have a script. So, going back to what I was saying, family, those of you who are new to this, focus on Kuumba. Search out Kuumba. You find what you're looking for. You're looking for Kuumba today. Those of you are a little bit more advanced, that are on level 2, right? Regardless of where you are, I challenge you not only to look at Kuumba today, but I also want you to look at Umoja on a larger scale. How do you master Umoja through understanding Kuumba? How do they interact? You're looking at Umoja through the lens of Kuumba. Alright? So those of you that are more advanced, you're looking at Kuumba and you're looking at Umoja today. Right? Now, those of you that are more advanced than that, you're looking at, come on, you say it with me. Some of y'all have been listening. You're looking at Kuumba, you're looking at Umoja, and you're looking at Ujima. So now, what you discovered through looking through Kuumba into Umoja, now you're going to take that and you're going to look into Ujima. How does Kuumba and Umoja work together to empower or to make Ujima a reality? And then those of you that are a little bit more advanced, take it to the whole year. How does those 3 lenses blend together to make Ujima more possible? You understand? You understand the science, right? Well, I ain't even gonna call it a science because people will get mad that I'm using. You understand the idea that I'm throwing out here? Taking time to look at our principles, look at our culture, and look at things through our lens on a daily basis. To where if we start doing it maybe 2 hours or let's say 2 minutes a day, where I'm recognizing it and I'm changing the days, and then I'm looking at the weeks, and then now I'm looking at the cycles, right? And then eventually I build up to the year where I'm interacting in this world, in this quote unquote so-called matrix or whatever people want out there. We get so deep, whatever you want to call it, right? We're looking at it through our lens. And when we look at it through our lens, we empower ourselves. Now, all right, so I went through that. Family, let me break down. Let me share with you, if I can. I'm still in transition. I'm not doing my regular show. I kind of like doing it like this, you know. I still have to come up with the thumbnails and all that shit, but... And actually, that's what take the longest. So maybe I should just post this up and come up, but I gotta get a title. I got to have. But I guess I'm not. I guess I don't have 1,000 people listening. So at least that I know of. Unless y'all know something. Alright, so here are the haikus for the day, sparking my creativity on this day of creativity. I am a creative deep down, so I try to do something to spark my creativity on a daily basis. So here we go. Oh, and of course, I didn't share, before I get to the haiku, the proverb for the day is hands wash each other. It's from South Africa. I didn't get if you go to our Telegram, you can see the proverb and get where it's from, the history, and its connection to the day. It didn't sound like one we use as an oldie, but it's a goodie. Hands wash each other. All right? And there are different versions of this all over the world. The ancestral algorithm, and this is interesting. Yesterday, when we started this, we started on a Nia. Just want you to know. So we have cycled through 10 Nias since we started. Today we are on the 10th Kuumba, which means that the cycle eventually, after we go, next time we come back to Nia, we're going to start all over. So these going 10-week cycles, right? I'm not going to create any more until we go through this throughout this year, all right? So the ancestral algorithm for today is my imagination is the preview of my future reality. Once again, my imagination is the preview of my future reality. Let's say it one more time. Get your pens, pause it. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for it. My imagination is the preview of my future reality. And with that, let's jump straight into the haikus. Haiku: hand wash each other, removing dirt from the day, preparing to eat. Now, with this one, I want to get the idea across that it's talking about physically washing hands, but hands can be symbolic. Washing can be symbolic in this, and it can go a little bit deeper. You know what I'm saying? It's what happens when you rub your hands together with soap, right? Or even if you don't have soap, to get your hands clean, they need the friction up under the water. The friction loosens up the dirt, right? So that the soap helps smooth out the friction and helps get into the core and help pull out more dirt. But if you don't have soap, you can rub your hands together. Rubbing your hands together causes a friction, and it is that friction of things working together that causes a reaction, that causes something to happen. Many of us want to live frictionless lives. This proverb is talking to us and letting us know that we cannot live frictionless lives. I don't even believe even in death you're going to move to a realm where there is no friction. But that's me, right? Friction has to happen. Things have to come in contact. Metal sharpens metal. Something hard sharpens something else that's hard. Things have to come together and interact. And in that interaction, there's a friction. And from that friction, that pollination might even be able to be considered a friction. Right? When I was talking about the ideas come together, they have to bang against each other in order for something to emerge. You dig? So the dust, right? Boom. Hands wash each other, removing dust from the day. What is dust? Dust is something that's get on things that don't need to be there. It's something that's natural, something that happens. Dust gathers, dirt, grime. These things hinder certain processes, right? So you have to wash them off. You need friction to get them off. You're getting rusty or something, family. All you got to get out and you got to move. This is why when you look at the 5 pillars of health, one of those pillars is movement. Causing friction in your body. When you bend your knees, you're causing a little bit of friction, right? When you move your hips, you're causing a little bit of friction. Sometimes some of you might not be able to do a lot, but all you got to do is do a little. Remember, your small change to make a large change in your life, or your small change to make a large change in the community. Maybe we might need to start a change drive so that we could start a small change drive so that we can. Man, I'm gonna think about that. Somebody out there, let me know what you think about us starting a monthly meal for the community, and we could partner up with someone where we bring some quality cooks in. Hell, I mean, shit. I would rather. I don't know. I want to do it like we did during Kwanzaa, because that camel was the shit. Listen, that camel was crazy. And then every now and then when Giami is balling, we do it like Giami did. Because Sister Navita was reminding me about when we used to throw those big ass Malcolm X parties. You know what I'm saying? And we would fry, and we had the fish fry. Y'all remember that? The seafood boil? Anybody remember that? Oh, times were good. I'm going to be able to look back on that. Yeah, times were good. You know what I'm saying? Man, and the stories. All right, but anyway, that's that one. Let's move to the next one. My future is built by what I can imagine. No limits but me. Your future is built by what you can imagine. No limits but you. I could change those words and it's still a haiku. Brother Haikuin. Your future is built 5 by what you can imagine. 7, no limits but you. You the only limit. Your self-imposed limitations. Those of you that's in Giami, that should sound familiar. Those of you in Simba, that should sound familiar, right? And push past my self-imposed limitations. Many of us have these imposed limitations that we put them on ourselves. Society put them on us. Our families put them on us. And it's time for us to start exploring whether these limitations are real or are they being built by our imagination. Because if the imagination is all powerful and it can make things possible for us, it can make things impossible for us as well. And I ain't talking about just the basic shit, like, because some of y'all get out here and try to go and lift 1,000 pounds, try to become a billionaire in one day, try to do 100,000 push-ups, fly, walk on water, move shit with your mind, influence, just crazy shit. I'm not talking about that, right? I'm not talking about that. And I'm not going to count it out because maybe you can't. I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe you can do some incredible shit. I don't know. I don't want to hinder you. But what I'm saying is, we start off with shit so big that we end up frustrating ourselves and don't even give ourselves a chance. Family, listen. One of the things that my 50s have taught me that I did not spend enough time practicing. Actually, I started noticing this in my 30s. In my 30s, in my late 20s, early 30s, when I started doing capoeira, and I practice on a regular basis, I started being able to do things with my body that I never was able to do. As I got older, right, I will in my 50s when I started doing this Tai Chi, I would watch Elder Green and say, man, damn, I could do that move, but I don't know how. And I would just have to practice until I got it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm almost 4 forms deep. I'm actually 2 forms deep. I'm almost done with a third one, and he started me on the fourth one. But the point that I'm trying to make is practice. We have to we have to be able to see the end goal, but we got to know that it's not going to happen right away. Many of us come with the mind state that believing that we should be able to do stuff immediately. We got to divorce ourselves from that. We got to divorce our children from that. And understand that everything takes time. And we have to have patience. We have to have patience with ourselves, and we have to have patience with our loved ones. Because everybody's not going to get it. Everybody's not going to get it on the first try. Right? We got to understand that. All right. Lastly, the limit. There's no limit but you. You know what I'm saying? But the question is, the limits that's on your life, have they been set by you? Now there's natural limits, but are the limits that you're exercising, are they really your natural limits, or are they the limits that this society, that your family, that your history have imposed upon you? And are you going to be bold enough to step beyond that? That is the ultimate. That's the ultimate piece of what we're talking about here in Johnny Self-Mastery, by subtraction. Subtracting that bullshit. There's a lot of bullshit that we have that we need to subtract. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Some of this shit is just ridiculous, man. But anyway, it's like it was set up. There you go. There's that omnis. You're calling something of not your making, not our making, right? I was checking out a video about the country that's known as Ghana now, and they were talking about how when the British first came, they came in peace, and we could see this throughout our enemies' in history. We have to be very clear. These people have historically, now, like I said, you might have friends, or I have friends. We have allies, but historically, these people have demonstrated that as a group, they have nefarious ends for your ass. And we have to be clear about that shit. We have to be very clear. We can't be caught up in illusions. We can't be caught up in dreams of forgiving, and we have to be very clear on who we're dealing with. And at any given time, through mass manipulation, they will turn on us. They have done it before, and they will do it again. We see it already happening. It's 400,000 black women right now unemployed because of what I just said. We got to be clear. Now, so I'm looking at this piece about Ghana, and they come in peace. They come in with these treaties, and they make these promises, and then ever so slightly, as long as you have enough power to confront them, they adjust the terms. Hoping that you do not fight, so that they could build up their force to a point to where when they get enough, they can activate their fight force to overpower your fight force. Family, we got to stop. That's called the banana in the tailpipe, right? Stalling. They stall us out. We get stalled out when it comes to us dealing with others. In many cases, you know what I'm saying. And because a lot of the stuff that my elder was saying, like the one, because Tiandra corrected me on it. She knows the same. I got it from Elder Shed. You know what I'm saying? Always expect best intentions. I think that's it, right? But a lot of these sayings that y'all hear me saying, I'm talking about do with us. Right? When I'm talking about practicing my eye, be my eye, do my eye, live my eye, I'm talking about with us. See, because what we don't understand is that everybody ain't my eye. Everybody ain't just. At least for us. They are for them. Expect best intentions. We have to take that to the next level. Expect people are going to do what's best for them. Not you. What's best for their group. Not yours. So I'm not mad at the choices that many of our opposition make, because they're making those choices for them and theirs. I'm not mad at that. I'll be stupid. But I'll do the same shit. Maybe in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I wouldn't want nobody else's shit. Maybe I'll be satisfied with being where I'm at. But you know, I from what I understand, Europe ain't got a lot of resources. I can't tell because I really West Asia. I heard West Asia is pretty bare. I don't know. I ain't never. I've been through. I ain't never been there. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, you know, even though they're the capital of chocolate, they don't grow no chocolate plants over there, and they don't have a lot of oil fields, and they don't have a lot of minerals and diamonds and stuff like that, and, you know, and they don't have a forest like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This is a brother on the podcast. I don't know. But somehow they got all this shit. Wonder where they got it from. All right, but anyway. No limits but you. Last one. Unity depends on our creativity moving toward a goal. Unity depends on our creativity moving towards a goal. So, I think I've covered everything today, fam. I want to thank y'all because my family is getting up, and my people inside are playing other podcasts while I'm doing my goddamn podcast, knowing you can hear everything in here. But you know, I'm not gonna let the hate stop me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna applaud the hate. I'm gonna applaud the hate. It's all good. I'm gonna applaud it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give them another round of applause. Go ahead, clap it up for them. Right? Because when we sitting on that actual Gianni porch, or chilling at that Gianni den, and people talking about, I remember when he used to, yeah, he used to turn shit on while I'm doing my hate, family. Yeah. But anyway, family, this is Brother Hatim. I want to send out my shots. I want to thank you for listening in, and I am out. Oh, I can go out with some music.
Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock.
They still in their hate. They still.
Drink your water.
Drink.
Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and
drink some water.
take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath and drink some water.